2 years into US President Barack Obama's moves to normalize relations with Cuba, his push for economic ties is showing few results. There is just a trickle of trade between the two countries. And at Cuba's biggest trade fair this week in Havana, US company representatives say they're not hopeful. Cuba blames the remaining provisions of the trade embargo that Obama can't get the Republican-controlled US Congress to lift. The trade minister complained Cuba is willing to move towards the normalization of relations with the United States, but we regret that they continue betting on trying to change the economic and social model the Cuban people have freely chosen, adopting measures that have declared political and interventionist purposes. US businesses say the Cuban government's monopoly on imports and exports and the sale of most goods inside the country makes life difficult. Donald Trump becoming president could further complicate matters, though the US Chamber of Commerce says it's focused on the US Congress.
I think no matter which presidential candidate you have, ultimately the embargo rests in Congress. And so it's going to be on us to continue to engage in a pragmatic conversation with our elected officials in Congress to talk about why the embargo is no longer an effective tool.
That makes the November 8th elections important for Havana, as they could decide if Republicans lose control of the US Congress. As for Trump, if elected, he's threatened to reverse all Obama's changes allowing trade with Cuba unless, quote, the Castro regime meets our demands, without saying what those demands would be.